Craig. Now is it a good time to buy a car? Because isn't this a big weekend for car dealerships to try to entice those of you in the market to make that new car purchase?
It is, and not on the list, but one of them I'll share right away is that there are quotas, there are bonuses that dealers get at the end of the month. Sometimes some manufacturers have it, some don't. Where if they sell a certain number of cars and hit a certain quota, they get an additional bonus on every car that they sold up to that point, or other types of flat bonuses that they get. Sometimes there's incentives and bonuses for the sales management staff or the salespeople. So end of the month is usually crunch time, and they're trying to hit those numbers or trying to break some record or have something to brag about. And as you get closer to the end of the year, as the model changeover is happening like it is right now, and at the end of the month, in 3-day weekends like this, yes, dealers are looking to sell cars. They're going to stretch a little more what they give you for their what your trade-in's worth and what they'll sell you the car for. So get out there if you're going to do it, and it's the right time to buy a car, and look into it. But don't do so without following these tips we're going to give you right now, folks. Number one, don't buy a dealer's extended warranty. Now, some dealers are hearing this right now, and they're mad at me for saying that. That extended warranty is definitely a profit center for the finance department and the dealership as a whole. And I'm not saying you should never buy an extended warranty, that they'll never pay off, but the chances of them paying off is slim to none. That's why it's a profit center, and that's why they're sold. So, again, buying that extended warranty percentage-wise of what the car's worth, what you're paying for that thing, it likely will not pay off. Most people don't end up keeping the same vehicle as long as they think, and they never use it. Number two, don't negotiate based on monthly payment alone. That's the first thing the dealer is going to want to do, is if they can keep your eye off the ball of what am I getting for my car and what am I paying for yours, and doing the math based on the research you've done and all that, and get you to focus just on your budget and a payment that you like, you find yourself, next thing you know, you're sitting across from the finance guy, and you're finding out that you're financing the car for the next 25 years of your life, and all kinds of crazy stuff. So, I'm exaggerating, but seriously, folks, don't negotiate on payment. Here's what you do. You do research on your car. You do research on the one you want to buy. Make sure you know what you're looking for. Shop around, look at a few different cars, maybe visit a dealer or two. I don't think you'll get ahead by visiting a ton of dealers, by the way. You'll end up spending more money on gas and your time. But just make sure you've done your research ahead of time before you make those visits, and you should be able to get your best deal that way. Do not, folks, cave in on your trade-in price. Don't give in. If you've done your research, if you've checked and you've looked on maybe online sales sites and other things for what cars are selling for, you should be able to get a general idea between book values, although those aren't always 100% accurate. In fact, they're probably about 50% accurate. The market trends aren't up to date sometimes on those, but you can usually look around and see what things are selling for. Now, you're not going to get retail for your car that you're trading in. So don't expect, if you see it on eBay or on some type of online car website, a car selling for $15,000 just like you drive, that you're going to get $15,000 for it. You might be getting $12,000. You might be getting $12,500. You're going to have to leave a little margin in there for the dealer to recondition that car and sell it. But still, don't just give in and give it away. Make sure you hold fast to what you think your car's worth. Now, I will say a do in the middle of all these don'ts is to shop around enough and do enough research, as I mentioned earlier. So, again, just honing in on that, make sure that you have visited enough dealerships to get your facts on your trade-in especially, so that you can compare what one dealer says versus the other. And by the way, I'm a big fan of working on your trade-in first. If you know you're going to trade the car in and not sell it yourself, get the bidding done on the car up front and find out where's the basis that we're starting from right now. What am I going to get for this thing? Because if you've got a payoff on it, whether you have equity or don't have equity, all that's going to factor in. You need to know that right out of the gate. Another don't go alone. If you're not experienced, if you're not a good negotiator, if you're someone who hasn't done this very often and you tend to cave under pressure or not do well with slick, quick salesmen, don't go alone. Take somebody with you that knows what they're talking about. Don't take the pain in the butt, annoying person with you, though, that thinks they can bully everybody around and tries to show off for you. Take just a knowledgeable, friendly person who wants to work with the dealer and wants to help you to get your best deal. Somebody that cares about you, that's not going to be a pain in the dealer's butt. They'll probably just kick you to the curb. Also, if you can avoid buying new, sometimes it pays off. Not always. Make sure, if you're going to look at used cars, again, you know the reliability ratings on that car, you've taken into consideration the mileage on that car and the overall condition of that car. But buying new, sometimes is an advantage, oftentimes buying used is going to be a better deal for you. And lastly, don't rush. People get in a big hurry, they smell that new car scent, it overtakes their mind, and before you know it, they are in that car driving down the road and looking back at the paperwork, they paid too much.